It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles, and it is Monday. Everybody loves Mondays. The 18th of August, AD 2025. And we'll have a fun loosey-goosey hake. Very nice. So we'll see what happens over here. Here, let me, oh. Yeah, nice. What a mess. What's funny, guys, is that they're acting like, oh, Trump is not, he didn't get anything done. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he really was trying to or expecting to. Very dishonest, typical dishonesty from the liberals in the media and elsewhere. I know, what a mess. But anyway, it was a great thing. I was really pleased that Trump met with my other hero, Putin. Now they need to just meet up in Israel with Bibi. Wouldn't that be nice? The views expressed on this show do not represent Hake, Bond, JLP, Anchor Baby, Derek the producer, the black producer of the JLP show, or anybody else. I don't even represent myself. But you can call in 1-888-775-3773. Mainstream media has the mama spirit, says Latin A. What's up, Latin A? Albert, Amy, Cameron, Cloudbobs, Blur. You can super chat, call in. Hello to, oh, here, let me do this. It looks like I didn't. Here, let me do the redirect. Boom, boom. Maybe it already happened. Oh, what's up? Are you sending audio? No, I don't think so. Oh, no, let me check. I think it is now. Oh, yeah, it is. Sweet. So, chill out, everybody. But there's some news to get to. Let me turn this down. I had cranked it because I wanted to.
Obvious globe.
Oh, look, I'm talking mess about the obvious globe. See
Your
that
little
globe?
Perspective argument makes zero sense when you look at this.
You guys
globe.
with your perspective. Oh, that's the vanishing point. You make zero sense. But we're still flat Earth friendly if we're friendly at all, right? Flat Earthers, welcome. Baltards, based. Not necessarily based. Sometimes quite debased. But anyway. TheHakeReport.com if you'd like to find the different ways to super chat, which includes there's a little coffee icon in the lower right corner at which you can buy me a coffee over at buymeacoffee.com/TheHakeReport. All right? Or other platforms, which whatever you like, okay? All right. Huh. Anyway, guys, let's just get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. You like my Facts versus Truth t-shirt? This one is not 100% cotton. but it's a nice fit. Whatever. I don't know. Especially if you don't wash them. Facts versus truth. Facts are not truth. You can get yours if you go to thehakereport.com. And I do suggest it. Thehakereport.com. And there's that coffee icon thingamajigger that I told you about, at which you can put in your name. You put it right the first time, otherwise you won't be able to change it unless you make an account. And maybe even then, I don't know if you'll be able to change it because whatever. So be careful. Whatever you put your name, make it right. Although Cesar or Caesar was able to change his name, so maybe you can change your name over on buymeacoffee.com, especially if you make an account. It's free, I think. But and you can do a monthly or just single time. $3 a coffee. You can do multiple coffees. Pretty cool. Nice, huh? There's other ways to do it. And then so if you click on the shop, it'll take you to the Printify store, and there's where you can get. You don't have exactly this one, but this shirt. Where's the facts versus truth one? Here it is. Facts versus truth, because facts are not truth. You guys that think you're all about truth, you're about facts a lot of times. Mainstream media is all about facts. Selective with the facts that they like. That's why I'm with that gal who talked about alternative facts, because alternative facts sometimes are closer to the truth than the selectively reported facts that meant to deceive. And in some cases, the truth is, you don't even need to be worried about these piddly little facts. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? And look, it fits on a gal or a guy. Bella Canvas, 3010. This is the oversized boxy tee. I'm not wearing that size. I'm wearing a old one from Teespring that I got. This was Tri-Blend. It's sort of red, pinkish. But this is 100% cotton, the ones that are for sale here. FYI. Very nice, huh? Huh. Anyway. Before I get to the stories over on thehakereport.com, and you can peruse right along with me if you're so inclined. I don't necessarily recommend it, but you can. I'd like to talk with your friend and mine, Alan in Michigan, who's on here. Happy Men's History Month. Alan in Michigan, how you doing?
Pretty good, and same to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. First caller today. How do I ever happen to get that lucky?
I don't know. Normally you're like, whatever. And then the other callers draw you in. You're like, this is a fascinating show.
Well, aren't they all?
Yeah.
The two submissions to Men's History Month I would like to give to James Strong. Now, not known to many people, but he compiled the exhaustive concordance of the Bible, published in 1890. And this is one of the most significant, although unknown things, for the average student of the Bible. I remember, and this is before computers, remember I'm 80 years old, if I wanted to do a Bible study, I had to go to, thankfully, they had the Bible Concordance by Strong, had every word in the Bible, every phrase in the Greek and Hebrew translations. And it would take hours to do a good Bible study, even with that wonderful tool. Now it's on computer, and in a flash, in a few keystrokes, you can find out, you can find the Bible verse or word in the Bible. You can look up how many times it occurs, has all kinds of information, and it also has the Greek and Hebrew dictionary attached to it. So shout out to James Strong, and I'm looking forward to see him on the other side.
Right on. Rest in peace and happy Men's History Month to James Strong. He died at the tender age of 71 in New York. Born and raised in, apparently looks like born and raised in New York, lived and died there. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the other name, actually, it's a team, 2 names, James D. Watson and Francis Crick. Now, these men, I don't know if they're still alive. I imagine they are. They discovered the double helix of DNA in 1953 and were awarded a Nobel Prize in 1962. This opened up the whole field of genetics and was a tremendous breakthrough. Unfortunately, it has been used, as many discoveries are, by wicked men to pervert the truth. But their discovery really led to our better understanding of genetics and the differences between the races, the talents, and all these other things. Wonderful, wonderful discovery.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
Isn't it, though?
So was the Nobel Peace Prize, or not Nobel Peace Prize, but the Nobel Prizes, were they generally always evil, or were they sometimes good back in the day?
Well, the Nobel, he was, I think he was an arms maker. I think he made dynamite. And I don't know,
Wow.
Maybe this is my interpretation, that the reason he started this prize was to kind of take the onus of, oh, you're a arms maker. Well, okay, fine. People do that.
Yeah.
and just to try to polish up his reputation, just like old man Rockefeller used to give out dimes to kids back when he was alive to make himself look like a good guy.
Right. Nice. So Alfred Bernhard Nobel, Swedish chemist, inventor, engineer. But dynamite's good. Dynamite is so important, right? That's a good thing.
Yes. Actually,
it's deadly, but it's also awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
It wouldn't have. We wouldn't have had the canal system in America, in early America, if it hadn't been for dynamite.
Or railroads, or roads. Period. Right? Because didn't we use dynamite to blow stuff, blow tunnels, and carve out stuff, sort of? I thought.
Yes, and I've it's interesting. The DuPonts were French, and they came over here, and I actually have been to their home,
Wow.
the old DuPont mansion, and several of their, like the garden they made and everything. And in the Brandywine Valley, they're right along the stream. They still have reconstructions, and they might be original, of the dynamite making mills. And then on the bluff is their house. It's quite magnificent. But yes, that was the reason, not only for armaments and bullets and things like that, but for blowing up and clearing stones and rocks for canals. So it was a wonderful invention. No matter what you think of the DuPont family, it's like any family. Some people turn out good.
Yeah.
Some turn out not so much.
Right. I mean, look at the House of David, right? From the tribe of Judah. What a mess.
I mean, they had nothing after Bathsheba. Oh, in fact, I just read through that. It's never a coincidence. I just happened to read. Actually, I'm reading through First Samuel now in my daily Bible reading, and the end of the reign of Saul, and that is tremendously interesting and has a lot of applications today.
Yeah.
I call them connections. But I did listen to Jesse on this morning.
Nice.
And I just want to put it out there. I support him. In fact, thankfully, I'm going to be getting my coffee pretty soon to replace.
Right on.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that. I ran out. And he apparently does not like this Israel identity thing.
Oh, the Black Hebrew Israelite stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, and I think I made this position, although I don't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
And I don't, whip it into people and try to make them convince it that actually our people are the true Israelites.
The whites?
In fact,
the whites or the Christians?
The Israel. I don't like that word white because
I know.
it confines people, but our people, the Western European, Anglo-Saxon, Germanic, and kindred peoples are the actual literal descendants. Now, the thing is, the reason I don't push it is, first of all, I don't think most of our people are going to accept that. In fact, there are scriptures that say that we wouldn't know until the next age that we were the people, and because our identity has been hidden. But I'm thinking, good Lord, what would happen if our people were to suddenly realize, geez, we're the real Israelites, and we're in a fallen state, we're evil, quote JLP, we would become as arrogant and greedy and terrible as the people who are called Jews are accused of being. And I say, okay, fine. I might know it. Some of my friends might believe it, but that's okay. Let the other people go their way. If they're good Christians, I'm all for it. And even though I disagree with Jesse on that point, and by the way, he did a great job Friday talking to this woman, but I don't want to get off. I'll get off on a rabbit trail here if I do. When she insists, "Oh, I'm good," and says, "No, you're evil." It was going back and forth. I was almost laughing. I said, "Yeah, that's how we are. We don't want to believe we're evil." Sometimes when I get up in the morning, I get in and I'm in the mirror, shaving or whatever, and I look at myself. I said, "You know what, Alan? You're evil. Bible says you're fallen. You're in a fallen state. You're evil. And you know what? You could do some terrible things today, but then God's word says, nah, not today." So every day. And you, actually, I think we might come from the same genetic pool, just as an aside, because our coloring is very similar. So I don't know, maybe we come from the same distant ancestry. I'm not trying to put a big deal on it, but
yeah.
Kind of funny. But call out to JLP. I really, he goes right for the nub. That's what I like about black. A lot of blacks they're not going to take any BS. They're going to say how it is.
That's cool. Indeed.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to Big Bump coming back on. Let's get Big Bump on.
Someday soon. I hope so. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm not going to take any more time because I want to hear other callers because they're so nifty.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Alan in Michigan. Take care.
Take care.
Bye. Pretty interesting, huh? I was just a little quick side note about his point, because he's saying that he believes that our people, he doesn't like to say whites, are the real Israelites or descended from Israel. And I asked Google AI, who are the true descendants of Israel? And this claims, Google AI, okay, evil. Modern-day Jews and Samaritans. Who ever heard of a modern-day Samaritan? Maybe they have, I haven't, that I know of. Are generally considered primary descendants of the ancient Israelites. But Bill Lockwood said that they kind of got cut off, like the lineage got cut off, and so we don't know, or the documentation got all burned up or something. I don't know. Jews, including Ashkenazi Jews, Sephardi, and Mizrahi communities, trace their lineage to ancient Israelites. Now, I don't know if that's real news or fake news. How do they trace their lineage if the information got all cut off? Don't know. To the ancient Israelites of Israel and Judah, Samaritans, who also show a close genetic relationship with Jews, view themselves as descendants of the tribes that inhabited the northern kingdom. So they say. But I don't know where they get that. And I'm really not that interested. Like Alan said, he doesn't like to make a big deal out of it because it can be a distraction and get you all caught up in your pride and mess. You see how the black Israelites are, but that's cool. The Hake Report, the Black Hebrew Israelites, and the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, the Israelites love Hake and Jesse. Sort of. Some of them do. And some of them hate us, but they can't help but listen and call in sometimes. Some of them have dropped off. It can take you off track. getting all into facts are not truth. You know what I mean? Very nice little men's history contribution from Alan in Michigan. Okay, so yeah, I was showing on the Jason Lee Peterson show, he talked with Amanda, the first caller on Friday. You don't have a very high regard of women, she said. Shout out. Thank you for the call. That was fun. To Amanda and to Alan in Michigan. So what'd you guys think of Trump and Putin meeting? Wasn't that awesome? I think I might have that here. The flyover. Because that was fun. It was fun to see. Here it is. Hopefully this is not blasting your ears. There's Trump and Putin walking up. You saw this on the JLP show? Ooh, B-2 stealth bomber, I guess, right? I don't know. What a cool shape, by the way. And Trump and Putin talking. Nice. Two alphas. Beautiful overcast day. I don't know why people think that overcast days are necessarily depressing. I guess it might get old. Is that drowning out my voice? And look at those planes or jets on the ground too. Very nice. Okay, I guess I can turn that off now. That was from Jack Posobiec. He said, breaking on August 15th. That was Friday. President Vladimir Putin reacts to a B-2 flyover. I don't know what the planes were next to the stealth thingy, but very cool. Very nice. Shout out. Very fun to see those two heroes, those two men, walking together, rubbing elbows, being friendly. Maybe we can make a deal for a little bit of peace. Somebody said that it's been like, I don't know, has it been millions already who've died in this Russia-Ukraine war? Crazy. Trump making peace around the world. Very nice. They don't have peace yet, of course. We'll see what happens. He has to work with Zelensky. He's meeting with Zelensky today. That's cute. But the liberals are all like, nothing happened. It was a disgrace. It was a Putin victory or something like that. Well, yes, he deserves one. Don't you think? There's protests of the Israel-Hamas war. These liberals, hundreds of thousands, blocking roads in Israel. And they're striking, meaning they're not working. They're refusing to work to pressure Bibi, based Bibi, to quit. What do you guys say that he's doing? Killing the kids? Fighting a war. Stop the war. Bring them home. If you stop the war, will you bring them home? Or I don't know, if you bring them, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see what happens. And Trump is bringing peace in the city, in D.C., enforcing it, cutting down the crime. So it's not like he's only paying attention to Ukraine or to Israel. He's taking care of home, which is cool. Very nice, right? There's this guy who was running his mouth. Can I tell you just briefly about this guy? Look at this quote from this sleazy liberal Oscar-winning director. Was that a DEI Oscar? Respected director, clown, liberal, sucker. All artists are liberals. They don't know anything. They should stick to the art stuff. The citizens of the world. Oh, Lord. Communist buzzword. Globalist buzzword. know what's happening here in the United States, formerly the so-called beacon of democracy. It don't look like that now. It doesn't look like that now. Oscar-winning director Spike Lee on Our Greatest President, Trump's orders about what should and shouldn't be displayed at the Smithsonian Institution. The Smithsonian, liberal place. Spike Lee's work is in the Smithsonian. See his reaction to Trump's orders. Here, let's hear what they're talking about.
Of some of the top museums in the country.
We want the museum.
Here's how President Trump is defending his review of some of the top museums in the country.
We want the museums to treat our country fairly. We want the museums to talk about the history of our country in a fair manner,
That's
not
right.
in a woke manner or in a racist manner.
Director Spike Lee has items featured at several Smithsonian museums. And when we recently linked up to talk about his latest film,
Look at
Highest
that
to
guy.
Lowest, I asked him what he thought the goals
Hey,
of this review
there's that other liberal, Denzel, the one who looks like everybody.
are.
To roll back the clock.
I like artists, but they look like clowns.
To roll back the clock. And what's interesting is that the world leaders, they know what's going on here too.
Look at this guy trying to be serious, and this guy's just older than him and looks like that with his white plastic rimmed, are they plastic? I don't know, glasses and baseball cap. Only blacks can get away with this look, and he's not even really getting away with it. He's getting away with it only because he's Spike Lee.
Too. The citizens of the world know what's happening here in the United States, formerly the so-called beacon of democracy. It don't look like that now.
Whatever. Calm down.
And you don't think America is still the beacon of democracy?
You know, you gotta
Wait a minute. He didn't say it ever was. He said it was the former so-called beacon of democracy. But go ahead.
choose countries or people, individuals by their actions. And I don't think that the actions now in this administration show that doesn't look like the beacon of democracy. Beacon of democracy to me, in my opinion.
His head
Whatever.
is fully shaved, and he looks
All right,
gaunt
I'm done
and
with you. I don't
tired.
be quiet. All right. That was something. That was a different story that popped up right there. Call me nonsense, trying to trap me onto their website. And make me pay, by the way. They're trying to make you pay. I understand. It's tough times right now. They're not what they once were. Or maybe they've always been that way. So that's the little update. Complaining. Self-important artists. Democracy. Get out of here with your democracy mess. By the way, speaking of artists, real fast, let me show you this. I saw this on far left extremist, off the deep end liberal, not Christian, Drudge report. Sorry, Drudge. Not sorry, but forgive me, Drudge. Well, I don't think you'll forgive me. Bear with me, Drudge. He does not even pay attention. Call in, Drudge. Why two long-haired Swedes have Taylor Swift's fans so excited? Because they're great songwriters. Look at these men. Young men, young-looking men, anyway. This guy is like 54 or something like that, and this is a young guy is like a former metal guy. I told you guys, all metal musicians are great, even better at pop music than anybody else. So I thought that she wrote all of her own songs, but it turns out these guys wrote some of her top hits and a bunch of others since 1999. They wrote Britney songs. They wrote other stuff. They wrote that one guy's song who says, I can't feel my face when I'm with you. I don't know what that means that they wrote it, but they're like producer guys and made him nice. So she has this woman, Taylor Swift. She's a singer, you know, former cutesy country pop little singer gal. Now she's getting older, into her 30s, you know. Not too old, but she's making her 12th album. That's pretty impressive. for a young lady. She should just quiet herself about the politics stuff and keep on writing or at least performing great music. I disclaim and disavow this thing. I'm going to scroll over to the side because she's trying to be all provocative. This guy, affable, meaning friendly, 54-year-old man, Carl Martin, Max Martin, but goes by Carl, his name is Carl with a K, Martin Sandberg, and he goes by Max Martin. His parents were a teacher, policeman, out of Sweden, something like that. 5-time Grammy winner, worth $400 million. Or he has $400 million or something like that, whatever. On course to overtake Paul McCartney as the writer of the most Billboard chart toppers. Paul McCartney has 32. This Martin guy, Max Martin, 27. And he produced 25 of them. 4 of them are T Swift songs. We are never, ever, 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 ever getting back together. And Shake It Off, and Blank Space, and Bad Blood. All top hits. It's not Christian, though, necessarily. But she is Christian, by the way. Maybe they're Christians, too. Former frontman of a flop glam rock band. I don't know what flop glam is, meaning the band flopped? Or what? Is that what that means? Or is there something called flop glam? I didn't really want to look into it, but he's been making hits for other artists in the mid-90s. 1995, Wish You Were Here by Swedish band Rednecks with an X instead of CKS. Number 1 in 4 countries, never heard of it. Baby One More Time by Britney Spears, 1998. Global number 1, debut single. Wow. Put him on the map. And so look at all these things that he hit. It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC. Everybody knows that one, right? I disclaim this girl one with the Katy Perry. She's a Christian and she wrote this song, I Kissed a Girl. But he wrote it for her. But I don't know if he wrote the lyrics. So What by Pink, whatever that is. I've heard of Pink, but I don't remember that one. My Life Would Stink Without You by Kelly Clarkson. 3A, 1, 2, 3. Britney Spears, California Girls. Katy Perry with Snoop Dogg. That's a catchy one. Teenage Dream, yeah, also catchy. Raise Your Glass, I don't know about that one with Pink. I don't know about that one with Britney Spears, Hold It Against E.T. Last Friday, blah, 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 blah. One for, they even wrote one, or did one for Maroon 5. We're never, ever getting back together. Roar, A. Dark Horse. These are good songs, man. Undeniable. Can't Feel My Face, The Weeknd, without an extra E there. They cut off the E, FYI. Can't Stop the Feeling, A. Justin Timberlake. Blinding Lights, The Weeknd. Crazy, huh? Ariana Grande, Coldplay, BTS. Nice. Who knew? Those Swedes. So the great stuff is not coming out of America, or it is. Those are all American groups, many of them anyway, I think. But, or artists, people, performers. He hired this multi-instrumentalist, 14 years his junior, so the guy's like 30 now. But in 2007, so he was young, and they co-wrote huge hits for Britney, Pink, and Maroon 5. And this guy was a metal guy. Listen to this real quick. Oh, it's not going. Never mind. I guess it won't make you. Oh, yeah, because this is on archive. I couldn't even open it. This is from a British outlet, the Sunday Times. And I'm reading it from archive because when I clicked it on Drudge, it just went to the SundayTimes.com, like the front page. But this guy's metal. You know who else? I've told you guys this multiple times, but the metal people make great pop songs, or at least they have some great pop sensibilities. He played in his mid-teens playing drums in metal bands. This guy, Shellback. Carl, with another K, Carl. Johann Schuster, or Johann Schuster. Shellback is what he goes by. screaming. Oh yeah, he was even screaming in metal albums. You know, I have a metal musician or a couple or two who listen to Hake, and some of them call in and support otherwise from America and other countries. So this guy was like, he hated pop music and he wanted to show how easy it is, and he was actually really good at it, but then he would follow the guy's advice on maybe don't do a minute-long intro, because, you know, metal musicians love to be epic and have these long intros, I think. Seems like. Nice, huh? Oh, that's Taylor Swift. So the fans are all excited because these guys they set her up to sound really good and succeed. So we wish them well and her well, I guess. Men's history. Here I was thinking T Swift wrote all her stuff. She doesn't write all her, or maybe she does. I don't know. They produce it. I don't get it. But that's cool. Very nice for me. And I'm not that into her, honestly. Like I told the chat, the Snake Pit, I think my other fellow fan, the Snake Pit, I was telling the Snake Pit that I only listen to the hits. Eventually, like I overhear them. I'm like, oh, that's a really good song. Whose is that? She writes nothing, says Cloud Bops. I don't know, man. AI writes great songs. Sweet. Okay, so it's getting hot in here. And actually, it's getting cold because I'm sweating, and the fan is blowing on me. Let me get to the calls here. Rick in Hampton, VA, on the line here. Rick, I'm glad that you're getting in early. How you doing, man?
Man, Brother James, what's up with you, my brother?
Not much.
Good, man. See, I'm just calling, man. Happy Men's History Month where men stay strong. They do what's right. What's going to happen with Trump and Zelensky today?
I think that they will get closer to peace, but I don't know.
Man, I tell you, man. First thing I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. The media gonna say, if Trump close the deal, they're gonna say, well, y'all gave Russia most of everything. Y'all jumping on poor Ukraine. Watch you hear that.
I know, huh? What a mess. They're suckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Zelensky. A lot of people don't realize the media just cover him. He's a crook. And they make prove like he's a bad guy.
I disclaim that. I don't know if he's a crook.
Well, I think Putin ain't as bad as the media addresses him to be, if you will.
Yeah, I think that you're right on that. People have to make a show of. It feels like people have to make a show of saying Putin is bad. You know, sometimes I feel like I have to make a show of saying, "Oh, I disavow Hitler" or something like that. That's how it feels with the Putin thing. It feels like you're supposed to say something rather than you actually feel that way.
Because the
he may be really bad. I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, he could. He could be, but for the most part, I think once Zelensky joined NATO, Russia already told him it's going to be on if you join NATO because y'all not double teaming. Because I believe he didn't want Ukraine to join NATO because they'd be bringing missiles to Ukraine, pointing them at Russia.
Right.
So like a reminder of the Cuban Missile Crisis. So Russia said, oh, no, sir. You ain't going to join NATO, then they're going to be bringing missiles, pointing them at me. The devil is a lie.
Right.
Man.
That's true.
So Putin, like I said, I ain't having that. I said, y'all not going to sit up here and join NATO, then have NATO come up here and point nukes at me. Kind of remind you of the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's exactly what happened during the missile crisis when Russia brought their nukes to Cuba. And the reason why Russia probably did it because the U.S. had nukes at Turkey pointing at Russia. So once
I didn't know that part.
U.S. had nukes up in Missiles pointing them at Russia.
Yeah.
So at that time, then when Cuba went communism, so Russia like, oh, we're gonna be our big brother then. So Brezhnev brought some nukes down to Miami, and generally like, oh heck no. And part of the deal was when they finally finalized and settled the deal was that the U.S. wouldn't invade Cuba, and the U.S. had to take their missiles out of Turkey. And Russia deal was to pull their missiles out of Cuba, and that was it.
Nice.
Yeah, so this sort of, and Putin said, I ain't going for that. You ain't joining NATO, and y'all going to be bringing missiles in here pointing them at me, because y'all don't like me.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe, and just like that, I truly believe Trump going to get a victory out of this. But as always, the media going to turn to saying, oh, he gave Putin everything. Poor Ukraine. Watch. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. And sit up there and say, poor little Ukraine, they don't have nothing. They gave everything to Russia.
How many have died in the Russia-Ukraine war?
You know what, James? Don't start me to lie. I'm not sure, but I believe the numbers are up there, brother.
Yep.
And also, too, not only that, how much money that the U.S. spent on that war, man.
Oh, yeah. Like helping Ukraine and stuff like that. And giving them our old stuff. How?
Right. And if Biden would have won, well, Kamala Harris would have won, they would have increased that. That would have even got even more.
Yeah.
But I'm glad Trump has stopped that. And I think Trump signed an executive order, too, to help people out with their 401ks. I was talking to a pastor yesterday, and he was so hate on Trump. Oh, man, redliner, black folks can't get mortgages. Hey, I said that existed, but now, today, a lot of times, a lot of blacks are not in position to get mortgages because, a lot of times they don't have nothing in the bank.
Right.
So a lot of people not going to loan you $200,000 and you ain't got no collateral.
That's right.
Foreigners get it because they work and they save their money, and they tend to be disciplined with their money. They save their money, so when they borrow money, they do have some collateral.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ain't nobody you can't go in and say, give me $200,000 in Jesus' name.
I know.
Everybody can say, well, shoot, in Jesus' name, but well, if Jesus can tell you what you get for collateral, we can probably do some business. But that's what it is, and blacks have to start saving more, saving more, because when they say it takes money to make money, that's a true saying. You can, if you got $15,000 in a money market and they paying 7% interest, you make $1,000 a month off $15,000, and then a year you made extra $12,000.
Wow.
That's why I say it takes money to make money.
Yeah.
So if you save, because when people finance cars for 4 or 5 or even 7 years, you can do yourself that same way and finance you the money until you get it built up.
Right.
And then you can put it in money markets and make money. That's why God said in Deuteronomy that he wants his kids to charge interest.
He doesn't want them to charge interest? He wants them to charge interest?
No, he wants them to lend instead of borrowing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's in Deuteronomy. But when you're in debt, you're going to constantly have your nose on the grindstone.
Yeah. You're a slave. You have that thing hanging over your head. That's true.
That's right. That's right, James. And it's just that, and redline, I'm going to tell you honest, if I buy a house, I don't want nobody that can't maintain a house come to stay next to me, man.
Yeah.
If people know how to maintain his house, or he can't afford to maintain his house, they bring down the neighborhood. That's one thing I like about home association fees. They force people to take care of their home. I do like that. However, I don't like to go to nobody else. If I want to paint my house candy cane red there, James, man, I can go paint my house candy cane red without having to get no permission.
I don't know. I think that one might be valid. Let's say, because some of these Mexicans will come in, they paint their houses all kinds of unique colors because they're trying to be different or something, or it's in their culture to like these wild colors, and it messes up the neighborhood, the look of the neighborhood. The neighborhood,
you know,
it shouldn't be all uniform and boring. I get that some of these rules go way too far, perhaps, of course.
Right.
But I feel like their neighbors driving by is kind of an eyesore, and it can actually affect the if it's a bad enough color, it can affect the value of the neighborhood and the homes.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying there. Absolutely. You got a point there too, James. You're right.
Yeah.
I guess I was looking at it. If they charging you taxes on your property, you know, and within reason, you know,
Yeah.
you know, it's just, and the same people don't know how to be in reason no more.
Yeah.
If you will.
Men should be able to reason together. There's going to be disagreements. There's valid. There's some of them are valid. Some of them are not. You have to make a deal. You have to be able to work with people.
As I was talking to the pastor yesterday, he's just so Trump. You know, they not look. Matter of fact, Trump signed the executive order that I heard that with people's 401k, they can invest outside their 401k, like for gold, property, and that's a plus.
Nice.
He signed an executive order where people can take their 401ks, invest in gold, oil, even loan the federal government money.
That's cool. I heard he did something that was sort of crypto friendly too. Cryptocurrency friendly.
Yeah, crypto. If you want to go crypto, gold, silver, you can do it from your 401k now.
Yeah. Interesting.
And that's a huge plus.
Yeah. Nice. Right on.
Yes. That's a good and that's a very big benefit. And but as always, the public gonna have him trying to hate Trump, talking about he don't like black folks.
Right.
He's talking about he's trying to rule D.C. The crime is down now. And I said, man, crime is still up. We ain't talking about the nice area of D.C. We talking about the inner city.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, when foreigners come to the capital, they should be able to enjoy our nation's capital without saying we got to get back to our hotel before dark.
Nice. That's right.
And it shouldn't be that way with the nation's capital.
Yep.
Look at all, you know, they worry about Trump being a dictator, but they're not looking at all these black female mayors. Matter of fact, the mayor in New Orleans, they own her about corruption. And guess where she's from?
I don't even know.
She's from California.
Really?
From California. These look like Fannie Willis. She's from California.
Wow. So they're posers.
It's like these women come.
It's typical of.
I guess they are.
You know what happened, Rick? I believe is that when the Latinos came in and took over this area more, because they started really coming in. I think after the '60s. I could be mistaken about my history, but I think that we opened the floodgates to both legal and illegal immigration, and they pushed out the blacks back, and they left and moved back down to the South. Rick, that beeping.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. That was my alarm.
So that's probably why these Fannie Willis and did you just say that Muriel Bowser is Californian?
No, the mayor from New Orleans. I forget.
Latoya. Latoya Cantrell or whatever.
She's from California. Absolutely. She's from California.
Well, it's probably because their family is from the South, and then the family moved back. I'm totally guessing. I have no idea, right? But the family, a lot of black families moved back to the South because of these Mexicans taking over this area.
Oh, wow. So in L.A., is it predominantly, I'm not against anybody. I'll tell people quick, come in the right way. Everybody else enforce their immigration laws.
Right.
Why is it wrong for the U.S. to enforce immigration laws as well?
Right.
Every country has their own main language.
Yep.
Every country has their main language and their main religion.
Yep.
How come the U.S. can't do that? That's something the Democratic Party started, man. And you have so many religions here. You don't know what religion is here in the United States of America. Everybody talking the melting pot. I don't mind the melting pot, but English and Christianity should be what it is. What is in this U.S.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
You know. But like I said, they get upset in the U.S. And I was telling when I was talking to the pastor yesterday, I said, "Let me ask you something. What country would you go to that's just better than the U.S.?" He was like saying, and guess what? He didn't name any. He did name one African nation, Nigeria. That's one of the most corrupt nations in Africa. Was my understanding.
Wow,
they have
really?
most of the world's oil. Yes, sir. Nigeria, they have most of the oil in Africa, but yet the people are starving. No infrastructure hardly there. It's like they're gonna keep the wealth for themselves and oppress the people and keep his military strong.
Man. I was not aware of that. I mean, I know that there's a lot of Nigerians here, but it didn't occur to me that they might be here because there may be problems over there.
Yeah, man. Nigeria is loaded with oil.
Is it?
All that oil, but yes. Nigeria is loaded with oil.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, if the resource ain't managed right by the government, but yet Africa's in debt to so many nations, you know, when you're in debt, man, you got to get that oil at a very, very good discount. You know, because when you owe somebody. Yeah, it's business. They're not trying to colonize Africa. You'll be the same way. If somebody owe you $200,000 and they can't pay you, you're gonna look for another way they can pay you.
Right. What a mess. Rick, interesting, man.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
It's good to hear from
you.
you.
Yes, sir. And you too, Jay. Thanks for taking my call, man. I enjoyed the service y'all had yesterday. I watched some of it yesterday. And y'all be having some interesting topics.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be laughing too. That's what I'm like, wow, you know. but I learn a lot when I watch the service, y'all Sunday service. I learn a lot.
Yeah.
Really, what people are going through. You feel people. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say they're really nice. These the church services.
Yeah, they nice, and they want to learn. You know, they share their experiences. You know.
Yep.
And that's how you learn. You learn, and like y'all said, y'all ministry make Christianity really simple instead of making it emotional. People are so emotionalized now. You know, they don't know like simple Christianity. They can't grasp it because they think it's not worshiping the Lord. They think it's be emotional and out of control because the church has been so emotionalized.
Yeah, it really has. It's a mess.
Yeah, you better know it, there, James, for sure.
Well, it's good to hear from you, Rick. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support, as always.
No problem there, Jay. Y'all keep up the good work, man, and keep putting the truth out there. Keep just waking up people, man, because, like I said, if people listen to mainstream media, they will never see the good that President Trump is trying to do to help people, man.
Yeah.
They worried about the media saying he's trying to be a dictator, and I just tell people, go by Revelation, what God shows you. If God shows you there's inflation, don't believe the media when they say there ain't no inflation.
Right.
You see it firsthand.
Pay attention.
You know?
Yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they rely on the media. Oh, that inflation ain't nothing. We got a strong economy. But yet, you know, like when you're buying houses, it affects that.
That's true.
But like I said, the media just focus on keeping people hating Trump, and while they do like Jasmine Crockett.
Totally.
She's been a little quiet now since she's about to lose her job. And the funny thing about it, the Democrats started, but when they get it put back in their face, man, they hollering and screaming.
Yeah. Thank you, Rick. Take care, man.
No problem, James. Love y'all, man. Be good.
All right. Bye. Let me double check before I get back to the calls here for any super chats over on buymeacoffee.com and other places. What's up, Jules? I saw that Kevin said Putin is worse than you guys can even imagine. He said that he's arming the Africans to go after the whites. It's terrible. Is that true? Is he arming the Africans to go after the whites? Let me read exactly what he said. because I took a screenshot of it. Worse than any of you imagine, he funds and arms Africans to kill whites. Really horrible stuff, says Kevin Howe. But that feels so far away. Like, I don't know. Maybe. They say that he's funding South Africa, right? He and China are supporting South Africa against the whites. According to what I've heard. I don't know. I just know Putin is manly and everybody else, all these other so-called world leaders, girly. Chris bought a coffee. My favorite Spike Lee moment is when Scottie Pippen dunked, not debunked. This is basketball we're talking about. Dunked on Patrick Ewing. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. And then walks over to Spike and tells him to sit down. The moment brings me joy every time I see it, says Chris with the coffee. Smiley emoji. Black on black crime. I got to see that. I don't know if I really have time. Scottie Pippen dunks on Patrick Ewing and then taunts Spike Lee. So here it is, guys.
Davis.
I feel like this might be copyright. I don't want to get copyright struck thingy or take down or whatever, blocked.
Rejected by Grant.
So it got rejected. Let me well, this part is the highest viewed part. So let's watch. See.
Myers for Pippen.
Dunked. Okay, dunked on him. And then let's skip ahead. Like, if I do it in little bits, there's Ewing.
Did not appreciate it.
He got dunked on. He didn't appreciate it. And I'm really ruining this Chris's favorite moment. Okay. I see. That's Scottie Pippen. I recognize that face with his nose. Does he have an underbite or something like that? I'm not sure. But anyway, he had like a distinct face. Oh, and then there's these yappers. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, there he is sitting there.
Put that in the next.
Okay. I don't know. I don't see it. But it says then taunts Spike Lee. I feel like I want to see Spike Lee. This is oldish footage. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Let me get myself out of the way. That's him. Pardon me, I didn't mean to. I think that's him. Yeah. Is that him? Anyway, that's cute. Right on, Chris, thank you for the tip. I don't know sports. I play sports. I don't watch them because I'm a man. I'm a man of action. Anyway, thank you, sir. And over here, another from Cesar or Caesar. Sup, Hake? 3 coffees. Don't have much today, but I do want to correct Rob from NorCal when he brought up my comment about JLP and the uncomfortable truth. When I mentioned that JLP makes people confront the uncomfortable truth, I wasn't talking about truth in the world, like the world being a globe or flat. Rather, the uncomfortable truth within the person talking to JLP. Right. That's right. I'll use Robert from Kansas as an example, says Cesar Caesar. JLP said to him, why does he make the claim about the Muslims and the Jews without having proof? He then makes him confront the truth that maybe it does it to make him feel good. So in other words, JLP makes people focus inwardly, INWARDLY, not N-WORDLY, inwardly, inside, within, which is something a majority of people do not do. Have a great week, everybody, especially the snake pit laughing face with tears and a tan thumbs up. Very nice. Thank you, Cesar or Caesar. Yeah. it's so fun watching JLP BT blank O, these liberals or whomever, until it happens to you. Okay, so Putin bad. 2 whites. And Patrick, oh no, Scottie, Pippen versus Spike Lee, and JLP uncomfortable truth. Thank you for making that distinction, sir. That's so much better, honestly, right? Because Rob from NorCal was like, oh, it makes you guys comfortable that we're on a spinning ball floating through space. And I'm like, well, it makes you comfortable that we're on a flat Earth and the center of the universe. It makes you feel special. So neither of those facts, some of them fake facts, are deal with the truth within. Right? Anyway, very nice. Very cool. Let's get back to some calls here. William the third in Cali. What's up, William? Thank you for calling and holding, sir.
What's up, James?
Hey.
Yeah, my favorite one, and I remember that when Scottie did that, but I think my favorite one is when Reggie Miller ran up to the seats with his with the choke sign. That was my, remember that one?
I vaguely do, actually. I don't remember the scene, but I feel like I can picture Reggie Miller. He's that tall, skinny, I don't know how tall he is, but pretty skinny, talented ball player. And then he did the choke sign like, you guys are choking.
Yeah. Well, when they was talking, it was talking a bunch of crap, and Reggie is like a master at trash talking. It just ignited him. And he said, I had to torch him. I had to torch everybody on your team to let you know. Don't mess with me.
Nice.
Yeah. That was my favorite one.
Right on.
You ought to pull that footage up. That's incredible.
Definitely.
Spike Lee, he is, to me, I don't like that dude. I never did like that guy. He's kind of typecast into one subject.
Yeah.
You know, it's old. It's played.
But he's pretty talented, right? I got to hand a little bit to him.
He knows how to make a movie.
Yeah.
He knows how to make a movie.
That's cool. I respect that much.
I'm not too crazy about his work.
Yeah, me neither.
It seems to be all the same.
Yeah. Especially when you get old, you're stuck in your ways and you don't have as much testosterone. I heard that testosterone may fuel, combined with IQ, of course, may fuel imagination and creativity. So, FYI.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just what I heard from a philosopher guy on X.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. I want to do my Men's History Month, and then I want to talk about what's going on over with Trump.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to start off with Brigadier General Ben Davis, Sr.
Okay. Nice. I don't know who that is. Brigadier General, it sounds like a tough guy.
He's a tough guy. He's the kind of guy to tell him, I'm not your brother. You're just going to take my orders, and that's it.
Right on.
Yeah. So even in a segregated military, he told his soldiers, we might be black, but I'm not your brother.
Nice. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I do too. And the second one's going to be Walter Williams.
Sweet. Walter Williams, I think.
Yeah, he's an economist.
He was on the JLP show a couple of times.
Yeah, he's an economist. Yeah.
Is he still around, or did he pass?
Passed away.
Relatively recently. He kind of turned. 80, at the tender age of 84, he died in 2020.
Yeah.
So after Trump, quote unquote, lost, he died before we got to Biden. Walter Edward Williams.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
And my last one is going to be Jackie Gleason.
I've heard that name before. Jackie Gleason. And that's a man, right? Jack.
Well, it's Men's History Month.
Right. Let's see. Herbert John Gleason, known as Jackie Gleason, comedian, actor, writer, composer. The great one, they called him.
That's right. Happy Men's History Month.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jackie Gleason, The Honeymooners, Smokey and the Bandit. It's got along.
Did he wait? Was he? Did he? Wait. What was he? Was he an actor in it, or wait a minute? Comedian,
actor in what?
Writer. In Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
I gotta
I think
see
he was
this.
in two of them. He may have been in two of them.
Because I know this guy, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds,
the Bandit,
yeah.
The one and only Burt.
And Sally Field.
Oh, yeah. Is she the one who said, "Are we really going 200 miles an hour?" Something like that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's Sally Field. You remember she was the Flying Nun back in the 60s.
That's a little before my time.
You've never probably heard of it.
Maybe. Yeah, it sounds vaguely familiar.
The old sitcoms. Okay, but Jackie Gleason, he was in Smokey and the Bandit. And
was he like a bad guy or something? Or what was he?
Yeah, I think he was the sheriff.
Ah, so he was a bad guy.
Chasing Burt Reynolds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
You sound like you've never seen the movie.
I was been since I was a kid. I remember her saying, looking down. I don't remember which movie it was, but she's like, "Are we really going 200 miles an hour?" Something like that.
Yeah, sounds like something they would put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how did you like Trump's meeting with Putin and with the B-2 flying overhead? And it was kind of James Bond, wasn't it?
I really liked it. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Trump knows how to put on a good show and how to show respect and how to enjoy the moment. Yeah. And how to work with people. That's how you work with people. That's how you get a chance. That's how you give peace a chance. You know, these liberals come up with these songs, gives peace a chance. Well, Trump actually did it.
Right. Yeah, and then he's got the F-22s parked to the side by Air Force One. You seen them profiling right there.
Yeah, I don't know my jets, but those were cool looking things.
He's lucky he didn't have the what's that new one that's coming out, the F-47, and that one's numbered after Trump
because he's number 47.
That's right.
I love it.
That's supposed to be the most. They got all the top 5 best planes in the world, but that one's going to probably be the best one out of all of them. The F-47. There won't be one named after Obama. That's for sure. Or Biden either. Neither one of them. Or you won't see a F Harris. You won't see them either. You won't see those.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen some F Joe Biden things around.
No, you're not.
But that doesn't mean that
it won't be any capital ships or any kind of fighter plane or bomber. That's for sure. Right. Maybe a supply rig or something. I don't know, but I don't think you'll be seeing Biden's name on any of the equipment. So this thing about the Washington D.C. There's been 260 arrests already in the first couple of days in this operation that he's got going to cleaning up the city, and they had bulldozers out there cleaning up the encampments and busting down the tents.
Nice.
Yeah. And,
those homeless encampments, they needed bulldozers for the homeless.
That too.
Oh, what encampments did they bulldoze?
That too. There's like tents around all that stuff, all those Capitol buildings in those parks and everything.
Wow. You know what? It's such a shame because there's places that you don't even want to go, and you're in America, but you don't want to go there because the cities,
stuff
the states,
all over the place. Yeah, you're right.
The nation, they just let it go to rot. There's, even in even in beautiful Arcadia, California, you may be familiar.
Mm-hmm.
They have like this
I know where
horse
it is.
trail, and
Right.
they have like these tunnels that go underneath the roads. When you hit a road,
Yeah.
but these tunnels, there's homeless bums. The
Yeah,
water just gets
graffiti,
stuck there, and
urine,
it's a mess.
urine,
Yeah.
garbage. Yeah, so he's cleaning up the Capitol, and he says he's not going to stop there. It's going to be other cities, but they've been knocking the tents down, making arrests, pulling guns off the streets. As you know, all the assassins are 12 years old out there, but
Wow.
they're trying to make it safe. And they found out that somebody in Muriel Bowser's office was cooking the books and not reporting the violent crimes. And they had this narrative after Trump took over to run around and say that crime is down, but it's actually a lie.
Yeah. Nice.
You know what I'm
They're
saying?
totally
It's
lying.
actually a lie.
It's
Yeah,
like saying crime is down, even if it were true, which I don't believe it. It's
It's
crime is
not.
not acceptable. It's not it's not at an acceptable level.
One is enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's not down.
Yeah.
It is not down.
It's out of control.
And him taking over the city, I heard some Toni friend out there in California, he out there talking about he wanted city back, about taking over Washington, D.C. But see, the thing is that his presidential powers, Toni, can do that, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can even go to the courts and try to stop it, Toni, and there's nothing you can do about it. I think the liberals tried to burn the White House down, or didn't they burn it down in 1812?
Oh,
Some socialist liberals.
I vaguely recall looking up a story to that effect. Yeah.
He can take that town over.
Yeah.
With presidential powers, he doesn't have to listen to the mayor. So I don't know why she's, taking off and going out of town and having press conferences about what she don't like. She can't do nothing about it. He tried to burn that place down before, and he's the commander-in-chief. That's it. That's all.
Interesting.
Done deal. Yeah. Yeah, so I think the best moment to me with Putin was when he brought up did you see when Trump brought up the Russia conspiracy by Clinton,
I actually
Comey,
didn't.
and all of them?
The only thing that I watched was
right there
the
with
flyover.
right there with Putin. Right there with Putin standing there, he brought that up. He brought the Russia
nice
the Russia gate. Yeah, he brought it up in front of Putin. So let's get
Interesting.
this straight about the Russia thing. Since he's here, he straightened everybody out about it and everything. Of course, the liberals, they're quite dangerous. They don't believe that. They're still gonna, I think they, what I think they do? You were talking about this earlier. They are combatant just to be combatant.
Yeah.
With no reason at all.
Right.
In other words, like a lot of things that they believe in, the gay marriage, the trans in the sports, girls sports, the accepting high crime. They know that stuff ain't right.
Yeah, that's true.
They know that stuff
if they
is
were
not right,
honest,
James.
yep.
They know that stuff is not right. And they're just trying to keep, and don't worry, liberals, Trump is changing the rules on something else. He's getting ready for you. He's going to have all the people recounted in the census. He's going to redo it. And you guys are mad because he's removing the population that you guys were depending on to keep your politicians in office, and the end of the road is coming.
Nice. I really appreciate Trump and a can-do attitude and competence.
Yeah,
and
you're talking about
he's
peace
committed
and all of that stuff. We don't really want to be. Russia is a superpower like we are. Okay, you don't want to advocate having them attacked at their front door with our help. That's just not right, and it needs to be some peace. It really does.
Yeah,
that's all it is to it. That's the smartest way to go, is to not have that kind of strife, because Russia is not Grenada.
Right.
number 2 to us.
Yep. Well,
You
thank
know.
you, William.
Okay, General.
Good.
All right.
Appreciate you, man. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Let me double check over on the Buy Me a Coffee stuff. Okay. All right. Super chat from Chris. Another from Chris. Yeah, that was an interesting call with Robert, too. Sion says, hi, Hank. Thank you, Sion. Appreciate that. Always nice to see you. Chris says, poor Reggie Miller. He did the choke thing to the Bulls in the playoffs, but there was 0.8 seconds left. Toni Kucoc, remember him? Hits a 3 and the Bulls win. If you were anything other besides a Bulls fan in the 90s, Jordan was your daddy. Says Chris. Wow. Is that true? So he did it too early. Is that true? That's funny. It's kind of like looking back. When you're running, you're not supposed to look back, but sometimes people look back to see how close the opponent is in a race, and you're not supposed to do that. Sometimes you get away with it, but other times you don't. Because you look back, you lose a touch of momentum or something, you get a little thrown off, it means that you're just run fast. Finish strong. And you get out-kicked. Don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Terrible. Thank you, Chris. I don't know if that's true, but blah, 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 blah. Nice. Coffees. So thank you, Sion. Reggie Miller versus Toni Kucoc. Right? Is that how you say it? Tony with an I. He's Croatian. I remember that name. And I don't know how to pronounce his name or why it has something over the C. A little V thing over the C. But anyway, let me get back to the calls here. Jermaine in Canada is on the line. What's up, Jermaine? Are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm driving, so not sure if you can hear me properly.
It sounds pretty good, actually.
But, okay. I'm calling you. Not sure if you've seen this news about Roblox. It's like a game that mostly kids play.
I've heard a little bit about it, but I don't know anything about the game.
Yeah, it's like an online game where you go and you play with your friends. Mostly kids play it, but adult play it.
ROBLOX, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
So.
Oh, is it like it looks sort of like a Lego type thing almost?
Yeah. Exactly.
Roblox. RO with a long O, BLOX. Online gaming platform and creation system by Roblox Corporation. Cool. So they can program and play games by themselves or other users.
Yeah.
2004, 06. Wow. Been around a while.
Oh, yeah. So the thing regarding this is, like, there's a couple of big YouTubers. So what they do, they go on the game and they catch PDFs on there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, those who are interested in the wrong way in children.
Yeah.
So there's grown adults who go and try to look for kids on this platform and then connect with them and meet up with them eventually or something like that. And then there's YouTubers who are going and catching guys who are doing that. Or gals.
Yes.
Okay.
So Roblox issue a statement to them saying, cease and desist. They're vigilante, pretty much, they call them.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and So they're telling them to stop doing this.
You're giving
So now-
you're giving Roblox a bad name, you YouTubers, you PDF catchers, so called. Okay.
So I guess the YouTubers, they're pretty mad because they claim that Roblox doesn't care about the kids, but they do because they're doing good in the world.
Supposedly.
But my point is, like, I think the reason why Roblox is issue a cease and desist to them is because they're streaming it and they're making money off it and, you know, getting views. But I mean, if they really cared about the kids, would they want to like stream it and make profit off it? I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But then there's this bigger YouTuber that covered that story, and they were saying that Roblox doesn't care about the kids. It's like saying like Visa came up with a new way for you to pay or shipment or do anything online, but then people use it for their own evil intent, and because of that, they think Roblox is evil because they didn't put more measurement or precaution to, you know, stop these pedophiles to the PDF to stop using it to go after these younger kids and and end up meeting up with them. So it's kind of a funny story, right? Because shouldn't the parents be responsible for this though? That is, I want to ask your take on that.
I'm with you. There's this phony thing about protecting children from social media and stuff like that, but that you're right. It's a failure of parents. It would be nice if we enforced some like decency or what's the word? Obscenity laws. I think we have some obscenity laws in the books that maybe we could enforce against some of these companies that allow nastiness on their platforms. I don't know if that's what's going on with Roblox, but that sort of happens on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, TikTok. There's like dirty stuff sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And also there's like the whole liberal agenda being pushed, the gay agenda, the Black Lives Matter agenda, and all kinds of fake evil stuff that's being pushed on those platforms and by those platforms. That's worse for the kids. But there's this thing about bullying and all kinds of stuff, and a lot of it is just the failure. Like you said, it's the failure of the parents. They're too into their own convenience to look out for their own kids, or encourage their children to be a little bit of a stronger and more decent, so they're not swayed by the world. Because part of it is being ready for the world.
Yeah, because there's always gonna be like things that will, you know, corrupt kids. So it's like, are they being raised with good principles and morals? Well, not the morals that we push onto the kids, but a way of them knowing that, like, I don't know. It's like you said, a great example. You don't have to teach them about morals because then you're instilling like fake morals onto them. Like they're trying to catch the PDF guys and saying, "Oh, we care about the children." Not really, right? It's weird.
Right? Yeah, they're putting on a show.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, that's what a lot of the PDF catcher guys seem like they're doing anyway. You know.
Mm-hmm.
They seem like they're on an ego kick, self-righteous stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently now, I haven't really looked into it, but I saw this yesterday, but I was busy. I didn't have the time to look into it. Apparently now the U.S. Department is going to sue Roblox for all of this mess.
Yeah.
So I have to look into it later on. But another thing, just before I let you go, did you saw there's a thing that Mr. Beast is doing again for the African people where he goes there and gives them water.
That's that big, that's that huge YouTuber, right? My competitor.
Yeah.
So he's going on doing more do-gooder stuff in Africa, giving water.
Yeah.
I thought that
yeah.
I saw on Anchor Baby that he dug some wells, but they couldn't maintain it. And I
Yeah.
might have seen it in a super chat too, but they couldn't maintain it, so they just let it go to rot, and it was all for naught.
Yeah. So they went there and helped them, and they end up in a worse situation.
Wow.
Because they're really not. I mean, if they really care, they would like show them how to do these things rather than going there and doing it for them.
Yeah.
They're not going to learn anything from it. It's just interesting.
Nice. Well, thank you for the contributions, Jermaine in Canada.
right.
Appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah. Happy Man's History Month too.
That's right.
There's
Much
this guy's name that I wanted to mention, but I forgot. If I end up remembering, I'll send a super chat in.
That sounds good. Or call me tomorrow. Whatever you can do. Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah, but what's better to super chat you on, like, so you get most of the money? Is it YouTube or?
Well, I
Buy
don't
Me
even
a Coffee?
receive. I don't even receive YouTube supers at this time. But Buy Me a Coffee, they take less money than YouTube, from what I understand.
Okay.
So in general, if
Okay.
you support JLP, but I get it. YouTube is convenient and it's fun. The live chat sees it, and so I don't begrudge anybody supporting on YouTube. But buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk is more direct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good, Hake.
Thank you, sir. Take
All
care,
right.
man.
Bye. Cheers.
Bye. Very cool. Very nice. Thank you guys for the support. Speaking of the coffees and all that, let me double check on these other platforms and say hello to everybody. Hello, Terry. I was thinking about you because I was talking about T Swift earlier. What's up, T Flying Monkey? Old Saucy, Age of Inversion. It's not even T Flying Monkey. It's Erd Flinging Monkey. 45. And hello to the D Live crew and Neo. NEYYO on pilled.net. Gifted the shades. Happy Monday, brother. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. And thank you for rating the stream over there on pilled.net. And shout out to Coffee Talk with Sandra, always there, supportive. Better lately said Sheriff Buford T. Justice. And also, Neo says, to the moon, Alice. That's him? Is that guy who William was talking about? He made comedy out of beating his wife. Pow, right in the kisser. Played by Jackie Gleason on The Honeymooners. Ralph Cramden with a K, played by Jackie Gleason, had a phrase that those of us of a certain age couldn't help but remember. To the moon, Alice. I feel like I heard that from actually, because that was before my time. So Johnny Five might have said something to that effect in Short Circuit, the 90s, like early 90s robot movie thingy. To the moon, Alice. Normalization of domestic violence. Comical displays of anger or frustration rather than serious indicators of abuse. Modern audiences often find this behavior disturbing, recognizing the potential harm of verbal and psychological abuse, even without physical violence. What a mess, huh? Audrey Meadows, shaking his fist. Controversial example of how societal views on DV, they call it DV now, domestic violence, when husbands and wives hit each other. You know, it just is so acceptable for women just to be violent. Touch you, poke your eyes, pinch you, hit you, slap you, whatever. What a mess. But the physical violence that they do is pales usually, right? Pales, although they are more violent, just less effective, pales compared to the spiritual violence. I chuckle a little bit, but it's true. The spiritual violence is far more nasty, brutal, vicious, cold-hearted. It just is. All right, so American Anchor Baby's coming up, guys. Pow, right in the kisser. This is an opinion piece from New York Slimes in 1987. Let me see if I can pull it up on the archive. Maybe it'll be here, maybe not. Nope, no such luck. Here, let me search. Found it. I'll share with you the archive link in the YouTube chat. Pow, right in the kisser, exclamation mark, quotation, New York Slimes, NYT. True, Ralph Cramden of the Honeymooners never did hit his wife, Alice. But Jackie Gleason commonly punctuated episodes of the TV show with a clenched fist and a threat. One of these days, Alice. Pow, right in the kisser. Funny. It's cute. It's funny. It's not. It exemplifies the frustration that men feel and women feel because they don't actually love each other. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Shout out, Tennis Shoe. Let me get to Daniel in Texas. Daniel, how are you doing?
I'm well, James. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a follow-up to Williams' Men's History Month nominees.
Okay.
Benjamin Davis, there's two of them. There's a father and a son, and both are esteemed in their own rights. They're black men, and the son, Benjamin Davis Jr., was a Tuskegee Airman. His father was in the Army, and I think his father is the first four-star general, the first black four-star general. But I don't know the details on his father. I do know that he was an esteemed officer. And Benjamin Davis Jr., I met the Tuskegee Airmen a few years ago at a university, and they're all passed now. There's no more left that I know of. And if there is any left, they're probably in their hundreds.
Wow.
And I asked, because Benjamin Davis Jr. had passed long before I had even met them. He passed in 2002.
Yeah.
And I had met them in 2009. And I asked them, what was he like? And they said that they said of him, he was a ramrod. He was very stern.
Yeah.
You know, he's a very put together and strong individual. And he was incredibly smart. And basically a man's man is what he was.
Wow.
And so I think that's a really good nominee for Men's History Month. They had told me that under his command, the fighter wings that would escort the Mitchell bombers would fly P-51 Mustangs, which are the turboprop fighter jets at the time. And they had been requested, they were by request, so they painted onto their aircraft by request because bomber crews wanted them to escort them.
Wow.
So they came by request, and Benjamin O. Davis was the commander of all that. Very stern ramrod. That's the first thing that came out of their mouth. He was a ramrod.
A ramrod is those things that you that's what you put a round into a musket with, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you got to be
basically as a description of a person, it means you're put together, you're strong, you're tough.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It also you're not somebody to be messed with.
Yeah.
You're not somebody to be trifled with.
Strict and uncompromising.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very impressive the way they described him. He had long passed by the time I was asking them, but I wanted to share that because they're all gone now. You know, I've met them in person. I was able to ask these things of them. They had a speech at the university. They were sitting in a panel, and they began to field questions. And I had asked them what General Davis was like, and that's what they had described to him. And then they gave a follow-on story on how they were requested by pilots to escort them.
Yeah.
And, you know, these were things that, you know, are kind of, I don't know if there are books out there, but it's kind of lost to time now. They're gone, you know? So I just want to share that.
Right on, man. Thank you for the contribution. That's cool. That's real.
Sure.
That's it sounds like some real men's history stuff. You know, this Wikipedia article says that Clinton is the one who gave him the fourth star in 1998.
Oh, okay. Is that his father? There's a senior and a junior.
The I think junior, right? Wait.
Okay. There's a senior and a junior.
Yeah, senior was the first brigadier general in the Army, and that's the one that William III mentioned. And junior, you mentioned, is the first 4-star, right? Let's see.
Well, no, junior was the Air Force.
Advanced to 4-star general by President Bill Clinton.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not his claim to fame. Is that he was the commander of the Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah, during World War II.
Yeah.
99th Fighter Squadron commander and 332nd Fighter Group. Escorted them on missions over Europe. So in other words, like these bombers would be flying and these guys would be looking out for watching their 6.
Yeah, basically fighter
watching
pilots.
Their 360. Was
right.
That?
They're basically intercept escorts. So, you know, if you have fighter jets trying to shoot down the bombers, this is a counter to that.
Yeah. Awesome. That's so cool. This guy looks kind of light-skinned, by the way. People are like, oh, these guys are black. He looks like he has some white in him. Just a side note.
I mean, he looks black. I mean, he's
black, yeah. But he looks a little light-skinned.
Yeah, you can pull out the, color Rolodex or whatever.
Right.
Do the color samples or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard
he's
to
not
tell.
White. He's not white.
Yeah, he's not full white. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah.
But he looks a little light. I'm just saying, you know, maybe that's contributes to his talent, you know, because.
Well, I think the point is the description of him was that he was just an uncompromising.
Yeah.
He was a strong man.
He was his father's son. I mean, his father must have been pretty tough himself.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
And I doubt they got any handouts and free things. I think that they worked for everything they earned.
In those days, yeah. That everybody earned their keep in general, huh? Probably.
Yeah. Especially for somebody of his stature. You know, you don't put dummies in those positions.
Right.
Nowadays it seems like that's the case.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case then.
Yep. Right on. Men's History Month. That's cool. Thank you kindly, Daniel.
Sure. Thank you for having me. Bye.
All right. Marty in Cali. Marty, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm fine.
All is well.
Nice. Right on.
I just called to say hi and see how my boys are doing.
Appreciate it. It's always cool seeing you guys your support.
I have a quick question for you, James.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened on Sundays that we don't do super chats anymore?
Reading the super chats on Sundays?
Yeah, I do church.
Yep.
Remember I always send super chats? What happened? They keep blaming you. What happened?
Oh, you're talking about on YouTube, on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
I messed something up. I triggered a glitch, but I think we should be able to get it back. I think one of the guys in the office is working with somebody to get it resolved. It's just that so the super chats are turned off on the Bond channel right now because it's not connected to anything. I was trying to
Shame
fix
on
it.
you, James.
I was trying to
Shame
fix
on
it
you,
and I messed
James.
it up.
Shame on you.
Indeed.
I forgive you, though.
Yeah. But you can
But I got you guys for the fallen state.
yeah, always see those, appreciate them. And you can also do buymeacoffee.com/JLPtalk. Is a nice way as well. If you ever want.
So my daughter started first day of senior of high school.
Wow. I remember being a senior in high school.
Yeah, me too. And I was hoping to be done.
Wait, what? You were hoping?
I was hoping to be done because I wanted to get out of school.
Yeah.
I never liked school.
I didn't like it that much. I sort of liked it, but I didn't always. Like I had different reasons for wanting to go. Friends, one girl or another, sports, cross country, stuff like that. Sometimes there was something that I was excited about.
I never did any sports in high school. I just want to get out of school. I just want to hurry up and go.
Did you want? Go home? And then did you like work after that?
Oh, I've been working since I was 16 years old.
Nice. So you were working even in school.
Yep, I was doing both.
Right on. That's cool.
Yeah, because the only thing I did in senior, I just went to the prom. I went to the overnight thing because they take you to these places in LA. You go to Magic Mountain, and then you do the that what is that thing called with the nights thing that you don't eat with the forks and stuff. You have to eat with your hands. Is it Midnight Nights or something?
Wait, what?
Is it Midnight Nights or something? It's like a one of those things way back when they were on horses and stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like a tournament or something, but they have all this.
Oh, like medieval times?
Yes, that's it. I forgot the name of it. I've been there though, but
right. Nice.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. That was my senior year when I was in high school.
There you go.
And then I got my diploma, and my sister got hers, and then we walked the line, and we're done. Now it's my daughter's turn.
Right on. Wild, huh? How quickly it happens.
I know, right?
Yep.
It's like you just had her, and then she's grown now.
Yeah. And then they're their own person. They're their own person pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, they know more than us, and then we know them, right?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Right
but
on.
wait till they actually get to know the actual reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hopefully they do.
I'm praying for that one.
Nice.
Well, I just called to say hi. Oh, by the way, I'm doing good on my physical therapy.
That's good to hear. I appreciate it.
They send me this machine where it loosens up my muscle, and because my entire back and neck gets tightened, so they send me this machine where it just loosens up the machine so I can move my arm. Like I was listening to Sion this morning, and it sounded like the same thing. But see, I was not in a car accident. She was, but I was lifting people. I'm a caregiver, so
right.
They have dead weight, so that's more harder than a car crash. Well, no, I don't think so.
It depends.
I would say the same thing, but I think the car crash would be worse than lifting people.
I don't know, but it's they both can be rough depending on on the situation.
Because she said she couldn't move her fingers, and see, I can't lift my arm up. Like I used to do jumping jacks, and I can't do jumping jacks. It's like I'm clapping my hands back and forth.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, they send me this machine that's like a massager or something that it helps out that muscle because I do have nerve damage in my neck and my shoulder, so it
Yeah.
does help.
Well, I wish you well with your physical therapy, that it continues and you get stronger.
Well, I thank you, sir.
Thank you for the call. It's always good to hear from you.
I'll try my best to try to call you guys because I'm completely busy.
Nice. Right on.
Well, happy Men's History Month, and love you guys.
Thank you, Marty. Take care.
You're welcome, sir. Have a good one.
Bye. Wow. We're at 10 minutes till. Let's see if I can plow through some different things going on in the world. Double check. What's up, Goethe? Buddy 1205, Dustin. Age of inversion, forgive yo mama. Wait, by the way, just a side note. That lady was asking, the lady in church with Jesse Lee Peterson, the lady was asking, what would asking the person to forgive you mean? Would you be asking her, she literally asked this, would you be asking her to apologize to you for hating you or something like that? Because JLP always says, don't ask them for forgiveness. So she asked, what would asking for them for forgiveness be? She literally asked that. She may have asked those other things that you guys were thinking about the seeming contradiction, but I don't think she was necessarily interested. It was actually an interesting conversation. Once you calm down and have some patience with it, people gave great feedback, and it was actually more worthwhile than on first glance, if you will, I think. So that was the Church with Jesse Lee Peterson on the Bond YouTube channel and elsewhere. Jesse Lee Peterson Rumble. Very cool. So that's just a side note. I literally remember her asking that, what it is to ask the other person for forgiveness. FYI. Side note. All right. Okay. Drudge reports, by the way, that socialism is defeated in Bolivia for the first time in 2 decades, in 20 years. Wow. And that's an MSN Washington Compost. And I doubt that, but maybe. Bolivia's socialist movement defeated for the first time in 20 years. 2 decades. Reporting from La Paz. The peace, right? Voters chose a so-called centrist, which sounds liberal, and a right-wing, which sounds centrist, candidate to go head-to-head in a presidential runoff that could bring dramatic change for the South American nation. I've heard of Bolivia. A stressful place, potentially. Nice. So we'll see what happens. See, polls had predicted 2 right-wingers, supposed right-wingers. But surprise, they went for a, whatever. A guy who has a TikTok running mate. Person. So I don't know. So much going on in the world. Do you guys want to see this? Okay, so this is obnoxious. I was a little bothered by it. So this is a Dr. Pepper commercial, and they're showing whites rioting and looting.
We're here at Blackberry Friday, where everyone wants the unique taste of new Dr. Pepper Blackberry. Full Dr. Pepper! With sweet
And so everybody's going crazy. And they're fighting over stuff, and it's chaos. And I see some other races too, but mostly like whites and older people making fools of themselves trying to get soda.
Attention, shoppers. Hurry up.
Isn't that wild?
Delicious.
Silliness. Oh, see, there's a black guy. And then this white guy posing as a mannequin steals it.
Yoink.
And he says, yoink. Look, they broke the windows. And it's an old white man driving it.
Have a one-of-a-kind day.
I used to think Dr. Pepper was literally a doctor. When and why did they come out with it? Let's see if anybody else caught this thing. And this is a relatively recent commercial. When did they come out? 2025, right? Why is my zoom in not working? Hold on. Whatever. I can't pinch and zoom right now, so it's let me just double check. 2025. So it's a commercial that's advertising soda pop, if you will. I feel like those are bots. Why do they have fake people saying Dr. Pepper is so good? What? That looks fake to me. No, this looks totally fake. There's only a couple of... This ad was clearly made by AI completely. This ad was filmed live in San Francisco, says this guy. Because what's interesting about it is it's sort of traumatic almost. It's kind of normalizing. You know how that guy said, "To the moon, Alice." I don't get what's going on with this thing. Pardon me. To the moon, Alice. And he shook his fist, normalizing DV, domestic violence. Well, they're normalizing something actually a problem. Stealing, sort of. And they're acting like it's whites who are doing it, and old people. Hake underestimates the love people have for Dr. Pepper. Lin Yan Shin says the commercial is telling white people to behave like us misbehaving Negroes. Yeah, exactly. This is the trouble that you run into. You end up promoting it. I'm signal boosting. They tricked me into talking about it. What a mess, huh? One other one that's sort of similar, sort of anti-white. Amazon Fire had this soccer game, had this white girl who's all into like soccer, and her boyfriend is like mixed, like dark skinned slightly, not full blown white. And here it is.
Waterfalls.
Add some fireworks.
So,
mascots?
And this is from evil Amazon that supported I don't know, I forget what all they are, but Bezos, you know, Amazon liberal.
Mascots.
Creating your art.
Oh, this is rough. But anyway, the point is, she's all into the sports. And by the way, they're both British or something, or English. So they're playing like they play like they have American accents.
What?
See?
Get into more of what.
If she were really British, she would be what? But she's pretending. They both pretend like they're American, by the way, according to this guy Donnie Reiser, who was the actor in the light-skinned black actor in the commercial. So I don't know if I really expressed that really well. That wasn't the exact commercial that I was looking at. It was even more obnoxious, but it was like, oh, white woman getting with the black. They always do the mixed thing. I got to get out of here. And pretending like she's all into sports. Ridiculous. I got to get out of here. But Anchor Baby's coming in next. Peace in the Middle East. Or at least maybe in your hearts. Bye, guys. Take care.